Hi everybody, as promised, this is my video on Q&A for the Novavax vaccine that I recently have been undertaking. And if you go back to my my channel, you'll see all my days, and we're at currently day 6 after having the vaccination. And yeah, so you will also see some videos of my health journey, and that's to describe basically why I undertook this program. So want to just sort of get to the bottom of everything, so it's not like forever everyone's sitting here. We had a couple of questions where people have asked me about chest pains. Hang on, I've got to read. I've got to put my glasses on because I can't read. Experiencing any chest pain? They come up a number of times. I did, but it's so hard to explain. It was like indigestion. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack type pain, and it wasn't after I'd eaten. So it was sort of a bit spasmodic. Especially the night time when I'm laying down. So I thought maybe it's a bit of reflux, because once I had some water, drank some water, it sort of, and walked around a bit, it went away. So I did do some research into the actual other medications that I'm on, and the pantandropazone that I'm on, I hope that's how you say it, can cause that sort of thing. And it wasn't even like stabbing chest pain. It was sort of like a constant crush, like, wait, it's weird. And then every now and then it'd be painful, and then nothing. So that, like I said, I haven't had it. It wasn't all the time. It wasn't constant, because then I'll be straight off to the emergency department, because that's scary as shit. So yeah, it was only a couple of times that I experienced it, and most of the time it was when I was in bed. So I can only put it down to a bit of reflux or something like that. It possibly was probably a side effect. I've heard of other people having it, but yeah, what can I say? A couple of other questions were about, did they aspirate? I went to the chemist because our pharmacists do it. I didn't go to one of our hubs, our government vaccination hubs, because that's where I went last time, and I didn't feel, and they're not offering it. Surprise, surprise, they are not offering it. So I went to a chemist, a local chemist. The pharmacist actually did it. Did he aspirate? I don't know, because I didn't look when he was doing it. He was coming at me with a needle, and I hate them at the best of times. And I was all in my own head at that point, because I thought, once this shit's in my body, there's no turning back. There's no anti-venom. There's no, anything that I can do. So once this is in, this is it, right? So all these horrible emotions were going through my head at the time. So I was just trying to keep my shit together, not look like a dickhead and crying and emotional while he jabbed me. It didn't hurt, and it didn't seem very long. So I don't know if he aspirated. I'm assuming he did. He knows the protocols. He's registered to do it. So yeah, and I haven't had any bad experiences where I've had them give me the wrong injection in the wrong arm or in the vein or anything. So yeah, I can only assume that he did his job. There was another question about vitamin D and vitamin C. I've been on vitamin D. I was on vitamin D before. Live in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. We had the longest lockdowns in history. So vitamin D is a common supplement that a lot of people use because we haven't been allowed outside or in the sun or on the beach or any of that stuff for like nearly 2 years, without masks and everything else on, by the way. We can exercise down there, but you can't loiter, you can't swim, you couldn't go 5 kilometres from your house without a permit. It was like, it's ridiculous. Anyhow, so vitamin D was something that I was taking before I had diagnosed with encephalitis, and I wasn't able to take that until My doctor said it was all right in November. So then I was back on all my vitamins except calcium. I'm not on calcium yet. I don't know why. It must react with one of the other medications that I'm on. Vitamin C I'm on Perizidone. So grapefruit juice and high citrus fruits and lemon juice and things like that are not recommended in their little paperwork they give you for Perizidone because it reacts and can be very severe. So they told me to stay away from all sorts of vitamin C or high citrus fruits and things like that. So I have done that, and I don't want any more side effects from Perizidone. I'm having enough issues with that shit. I just want to be off it. So yeah, so I'm taking those, now taking them, and except vitamin C, and so all that sort of thing I'm fine with. So don't have any problems there. Someone else also commented, are we going to see mRNA reaction on video? And he was, yeah, awesome. No, sorry. No, you need to do your research, mate. The Novavax vaccine is not derived from NRMA. If you check out my other videos on my health journey, you will see why I didn't opt for a mRNA based vaccine for my compulsory mandatory bloody shots because I believe that I have had a reaction to Pfizer. So Novavax for me was an opportunity. Still obviously the concern, they're not fully tested and stuff, but here in Australia, or in Victoria, for instance, especially Melbourne, I can't get a job without mandatory vaccines, even though I have a exemption. Now, your exemption, it just basically entitles you to go to the shops and some things, but you know, you can't go to restaurants. Oh, it depends. They're self-regulated, and there's nothing I can do about that. Discrimination Act doesn't cover that sort of shit, doesn't cover vaccines. So I can't go and see my kids playing at certain sporting venues and things like that. I can go to school to collect them, but I can't go and attend like their performances at school grounds because I'm not fully vaccinated. And now they're saying that the whole reason that I'm going and doing the Novavax now is because I work in aged care, and their Victorian government have said that, well, we won't be getting fully vaccinated until we have the booster shot as well. So they're double vaccinated and then you've booster shot as well. And in fact, this morning on the news, they're actually talking about making a fourth one. So yeah, if I want to work and I want to have an income, they're mandatory. And yeah, so I thought, well, now no time like the present. Novavax has been approved as a booster, so I'm covered. So hopefully everything's going all well, and I'll be able to complete the course and get on with life, because that's all I've wanted to do ever since this whole drama started. So the reason for doing these videos was twofold. One was so it could be documented proof if anything went sideways. I couldn't find anybody that had done this on YouTube where they've consecutive gone through. And I know my reaction and your reaction and Joe Blow's reaction might all be different. But I wanted proof that it was the Pfizer vaccination that caused my encephalitis reaction. That I'm still currently taking a whole heap of drugs and everything for, and it is still affecting my health on a daily basis. They're so reluctant to say that Pfizer causes any bad sides. It's insane. I'm not going to get into that. Government, I'm not going to take a side. All I know is, for me to be compliant and be able to feed my family, house my family, I have to be vaccinated. That's our rules. So social media and your peer group and everybody else who the government have enlisted and the media have forced to say, you're a dirty old anti-vaxxer or you're non-compliant, you're a piece of shit, you're a second-class citizen if you don't get vaccinated. I don't agree with the social engineering of the whole thing. So I just had to do what I have to do. And that means vaccinations, that's what it is. And I was really concerned, especially when even your neurologist and your immunologist are saying, oh, we don't think it's caused it. Pfizer hasn't caused your problems at all. It could be an autoimmune problem, but we haven't found any evidence of an autoimmune disease or problem there. So, but don't have Pfizer or Moderna. You know what? Have AstraZeneca. There's only a little chance. You're a 1 in a billion that will have this reaction to Pfizer, if it is even that. And since doing this, it's been great for me because being able to interact with other people who have the same reaction. So I don't feel like I'm the only lonely or the special one. So it's been good. But I'm not getting into the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Is it right? Is it wrong? What I'm annoyed about is the mandated regime of vaccinating with an untested experimental drug. Like, I have no problem with the other ones because they've gone through due diligence and they've done their research and they've done massive studies over different demographics and age groups and backgrounds and ages and all sorts of shit. With these drugs, they're just going, oh, no, they're safe. Well, if they're so safe, why won't you let me get a second dose? Why wouldn't you let me get a third dose? It's bizarre. So going through the Novavax, it's a traditional sort of stuff, and so far so good. But like I said, day 6, so didn't have any issues last time until day 8 when I just wasn't functioning mentally. So so we'll see how we go. Anyway, kept you all long enough. Hope that covers everybody's questions. Probably waffled on a bit. Let me know if you want anything else answered, and I'll probably do it in the next video. Like I said, not doing it until day 9 now, and that'll be mentally great for me because it'll get me over that danger period. So, and then I'll be booking my second shot. So, because they're 3 weeks apart now. So I'll see you then. All right, guys. Thanks heaps. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your questions. And thank you for being respectful. Have a great day. Bye, guys.